Good morning. Today I'm coming to you from Perry, Utah. And currently I'm hiking up Perry Canyon and we are headed to Grizzly Peak today. I've seen varying mileage on it. 10 to 14 miles is all I'm gonna say. About a 4,000 foot climb, but I'll give more specifics when I get my track at the end. But this is one that I used to do when I lived in Brigham a lot. I love this trail. As you saw, it starts in the Perry gravel pit, and they've had to change the trail through here a few times because the pit is kind of growing, but they've been really good about maintaining the trail and giving people a way to get into the canyon. So that's awesome. But the reason I like this one is because unlike more of the area, this has a little more foliage. It has the cottonwoods, it has quakies and some pine that you can go up into. It's just not all sagebrush, scrub oak, and cedars. So this is always kind of a little oasis hike that I used to take when I lived out here, and I just want to show it off today. So I'm gonna get going. I'll show you the cool things along the way, and we'll be talking to you. All right, so you have a little bit of a road walk here, as you can tell. Pretty heavy traffic to ATV area, but you don't have to stay on it for long. Here in a minute we will break away and start off on what's called the White Rocks Trail. White Rocks Trail will get us about halfway up this hillside here, and then it will break off and we'll start heading up towards Grizzly Peak. White Rocks is the next canyon over. I've done a video about it if you want to go back and look at my Willard series. But for now, let's go find that trail. All right, so just like that, we have cut off and found a beautiful area. The White Rocks Trail does go along the ATV trail for a while, but it doesn't take long before we can break away and it just be a hiking trail alone. ATV trail, but rough ATV trail. So not too far after that creek crossing, if you're paying attention, you'll notice that there's a trail off to your left, and it will get you to here. And we're still kind of following along the ATV trail. It's like right above us. So, but it gets you out of the way and into the woods. Beautiful woods this morning. And just so you're not disappointed when I get there, Grizzly Peak sounds like one of those gnarly alpine summits that I'm gonna boulder up to, but it really isn't. It's up by the Willard Basin area, and it's just kind of a rounded, brushy top. But I've never followed this trail all the way up to Grizzly Peak. I've been at it from both sides, and I just wanted to do a completed trail. And there are some beautiful areas along the way. So after this, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and just show you the trail. So one more thing, you probably have noticed that I have my orange on. So anytime I'm kind of in a backcountry type of area, anywhere between September and November, I wear my orange. If it's a highly trafficked trail close to the bench or something like that, I really don't worry about it. But when I'm up where people are hunting, I'm definitely gonna have my orange on. And I also will start later in the day. I think that's good for me and the hunters because I won't be interrupting a guy that's been sitting on a ridge since 5 a.m. and I won't be placing myself in danger. So here we go. Here's our first sign. There's our split, and we are headed up to Grizzly. But I just thought I would mention that I am safe during the hunting seasons. And I don't know specifically when they are. I just know that I need to take care September to November. So we've made it to the top of the ridge line. About 4 miles of this trail were pretty wooded. I don't want to mislead you, a majority of it was scrub oak, but it's very shaded through there. Really good 4-mile hike up to this ridge. The trail is in really good shape, and we got a great view. Check it out. Straight across from me, that's the fin. Down in the trees here, it's probably right below us, would be White Rock. But this is what our trail is going to lead us up to. I think the peak is behind that first one. So once I'm up on the ridge, it turns into a road. And it is a brutal climb, and it has just been chewed up and spit out by motorcycles. It is rough, rocky, but I came across this little path, and I think this is what we want to take to finish it out. Little tiny trail that I think we're going to be able to, it's about a third of the way up that hill. There's a little turnoff. It's really hard to see, but I think this is what we're going to take to finish off Grizzly Peak. Yeah, this is definitely much better than that road. Although the motorcycle path would have been a more direct route, this is kind of nice to come through the woods and get a little bit of shade. So I'm definitely seeing why there's a difference in mileage. That's the bike path, or the motorcycle path, and this one took us out and through the trees, and so I think it did probably add an extra couple miles to where it used to be 10 miles. Now it's a 14-mile trek, and I think it's just the switchbacks through those trees. It would have been a lot quicker just to come straight up the bike path. Would have been straight up, but I'm gonna follow this path as it's intended to be, and then if I catch a path that veers me off where I was using the motorcycle trail, I'll take that on the way down. So I'll show you the differences. But we're climbing, it's getting windy, but we're almost there. 360. Grizzly Peak is right there, but the peak log and geocache are right here. So here we go, 360. Willard Peak over there, Willard Basin. Down there is Perry Reservoir. That lake out in the distance is Manaway, the Ridge, Brigham City in the distance, Grizzly Peak right there. I don't know what to believe. I just hit the 8-mile mark, and so I don't know, 10, 14, 16, we'll see. I'm at 8 miles now and I got to go back down, so I'll see what I finish with. All right, I'll talk to you later. So I am taking the bike trail straight down. I think the switchbacks at the top got a little ridiculous and I'm just not going to do them over again. So maybe that's how they average out the 14 miles, as people come up the right way and then take the straight path back down and cut 2 miles out. Maybe that's it, I don't know, because yeah, they're a little long-winded and a little flat. You're not gaining much on the switchback, so I had to cut a few of them just to get to the top. I got tired of doing them, but I did it. I made it to the top, and I will give you my stats when I get to the bottom. I'll show you some more fall trees before I hit the end of the trail, and we'll get back with you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up Grizzly Peak hike. I came up from Perry Canyon. It's gonna be about a 16, 17-ish mile hike. I have to say, it was a lot more difficult than I expected. I would consider this a harder hike. But I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll put the stats on the page, like I said, and we're just gonna go ahead and show you the view. Because remember, don't just look at the view, become part of them. Take care.